Good afternoon. Welcome to Space Engineers in the Afternoon. I am the Blind Gaming Guy, and today we are starting a brand new playthrough. We discussed that last week. So, ignore the stuff on this side. It's available, but we're not using it. This over here are the mods we're going to use, and we're going to go through them real fast before we get started. Rich HUD, this is a required thing. It goes underneath. Aether, AQD, bushes and trees, ITER, Aether, A&E, Imperial Ambience, Imperial Sounds. These are all part of, as is, this one, but we're not going. This is the one we're going to get rid of. As is Imperial Factions, Cuisines, Signals, Hover Engines. Those are all part of Narsut. We're going to get rid of the Imperial Sounds Intersuit because I can't understand what my suit's telling me in Imperial. So things I've added: build vision, block picker, build info. Those are quality of life things I use for everything. Camera panning. This is the quality of life. This is just makes it easier for you to see what I'm looking at. Colorful icons. This makes the icons, instead of that light blue, makes them where I can see what they are. Camera clears up the camera. This lets me take grids over rather than having to grind every single block. It has let you just take over the blocks that you would think need to be taken over. You know, medical blocks, the control blocks, the turrets, that kind of thing. Rather than having to grind everything, batteries to nothing, etc., etc., etc. This is another just behind the scenes API. Faction tracers make bullets tracers for each faction look a different color. Force dynamic grids means when you grind something off, it falls to the ground rather than floating there, because I think that's weird looking. I put a compass so I don't get lost. Huge wind turbines adds a new turbine. Basically, it produces as much power as 4.5 of the standard wind turbines, but is huge comparative. Improved interior turrets means they won't headshot you the moment you look at them. Improvised experimentation lets me move stuff around like I have hands. Long range searchlight. These are a couple of spotlight type mods. This one adds a stackable wind turbine because it makes sense to me. I don't abuse it, but I like it better than trying to use the standard ones most of the time. This is another behind the scenes one that's needed for something in here. No ship friendly fire. This keeps my turrets from shooting each other. That's the only point of it. Paint guns, easier to use. Rotors, sleep mods, so that I can skip the night and you can see what I'm doing easier. Sneaky sounds is another quality of life thing that I use constantly. And the enhanced HUD lets me have sight. API, or it lets me see things in color rather than trying to look at little blue lines and guess which blue line means what. Text HUD API is what lets the HUD mod work. And textured build states means you get to see each thing in color. I did not mess with anything under advanced settings. I like to have a few extra backup saves. So that's it. That is literally all there is to the series, or all there is to the mod. I'm using the mod as close to its intended designed purpose, as few extra mods as possible, because I think that's the way that it was designed, so it's the way we're going to play it. Scott, good afternoon. Let's get this going. So excited to see someone run this scenario. Is this scenario that most people don't run? I was unaware of that. Let's see. Narsut, Space Engineers, videos. A couple of guys have done it. Looks like. But you're right, it does not look like it is something that a lot of people do. So, I'm glad to give the mod a highlight then. Okay, well, apparently my webpage was behind. That's what the problem was. Alright. So, this is where we start off. Now, according to the mod's description, we are a part of the... What faction is it? House Treketh. Make sure that I'm a part of it. Yep, okay. Trazitic? House Traz. I'm just gonna call it House Traz. That's what we'll call it. House Traz. Can't read what it says there. Hold on. The Honorable House Traz is established in 3 systems, including the core system, primarily with Scrapyard Enterprises and several subsidiary house enterprises for the High House of Ripiul. So we're part of House Traz. And House Traz has sent us to bring a derelict station or derelict facility online and repair and refit a derelict ship. Everything that we need is supposed to be in this hovercraft. And if they're going to give me a gun to start with, I am going to worry and put the gun on my inventory because there's no way to know for sure what's going on. Now, one thing that we know for sure, actually, let's go into the GP. Let's go back into this for a second. Factions, house track. Looks like a teal blue on yellow. Alright. We don't have a blue that color. Let's take the bright blue, teal it up quite a bit. A little more saturation, a little bit brighter. Actually, desaturate some. Gray it out. There we go. Look at that color. Okay. And the other color we want is a pale yellow. Not pale, but a good yellow. That'll look good with this. Needs to be... yeah, dark yellow will work. Okay. So. Yeah, because right there, see, look, right here are our two colors. And here's the yellow one. There we go. Now we got our two colors. I don't remember why I had to block out. Okay. So that was a gun. Let's see. Is there anything in this chair? No. Let's see what's in the thing as a whole. In the connector, we have some hydrogen tanks, O2 tanks, some first aid kits here and there. The cockpit, we want to find that, and this medium cargo container, because there's our gear. Actually, this one weapon rack will have everything we want too. So let's go there first. I know exactly where it is. Character tools. That go away. Make that go away. Bring that down. Do I have a... oh, look, right here in my inventory. Your request. You have applied to be elevated to the rank of Immunis. The media of the Honorable House of Traz here on Narsut, responsible for you, has not expressed any objection to your request. After reviewing the work performances of you and your family in the rank of Fabri, the media office has set a list of tasks as the conditions for your promotion. Occupy the abandoned, dismantled workshop dismantling workshop of our house and get it up and running again, and follow all additional instructions you may find in your personal terminal and in the workshop. This is the GPS of where it is. So let's create the GPS marker. Apparently go to GPS, turn it on. We won't need that one anymore. Oh, 2 kilometers that way. Let's see what else is here. Is there anything in these? Oh, there's food in this one. So yeah, that was definitely worth checking. Nothing in that one. What's happening? Oh, I'm being radiated. Wonderful. Let's turn our dampeners on. I guess we'll head for home. So we are going to face issues with radiation exposures with the sun on this planet. Apparently. The hovercraft is kind of interesting. Gotta say, I think it's pretty cool. Kind of a little bit of a Star Trek, oh, what's the planet? You know, the one where Luke originally starts on. Why is my brain not working? Well, I guess if you're watching and you know the answer, please tell me the answer. What is the name of the planet that Luke starts on? Because my brain is not coming up with the answer, despite the fact that it should. So this is apparently home. All right. Now, according to the web page, or the mod page, this is supposed to be a no mining scenario. So with that in mind, we will only be right-click mining. We will be doing no left-click mining. We're going to do the entire scenario with no mining. Let's see what we can find to get ourselves started. We got a rifle in here. We got a couple storage shelves full of stuff. Remember to get ice. Ice, we will mine ice. Okay, I will make that as an exception. We will mine ice because we're going to need to mine ice. This looks like a living quarters. Low oxygen, hot environment. So we are going to have to... There's a survival kit. Let's see if we can move our survival kit in here. I think there's one on here. Yeah, here. We really only need those medical components. There we go. I thought I got them all. Why didn't... I didn't get them all, apparently. Alright, let's try again. Okay. So, we now have a survival kit online. I think the first thing we need to do is get this room airtight, vented, the whole 9 yards. So let's start with that. I'll start by airlocking in this room and going from there. And then we'll get this base going a little at a time. We'll go there. There's a broken LCD right there in the way. Alright. Close that. What does that say? Welcome to the ITER of House Trackett. This is the building AI of the dismantling workshop of House Traz on Narsut Prime. This workshop was last used on the date of this workshop now belongs to you. Retrieving job data, retrieving diary entries. Okay, well, doesn't say anything. There's a storage shelf full of stuff. Let's go ahead and strike it. We have a large industrial cargo container that is completely 100% built. Okay.
Inventory full.
We need metal grids still. And motors. Let's take this block out. It's in here. Only what I put in there. Alright. Wonderful. Metal grids and motors are what we're looking for. None in that one. None in that one. There's some motors. Oh, and metal grids. That one had everything I wanted. Look at that. Need computers. Ow. Need computers. Remember to get ice. Yeah, we already read that one. Does that one have any computers? Doesn't look like it. doesn't look like it.
Inventory full.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it. Alright, so we may have to break some stuff down to find computers. So what would have computers? We got an industrial or similar. It does not have any computers in it. Oh look, we have stuff here. Open projects. Several GPS projects. Alright. Let's lock onto those. What's this one say? Important locations. Well, we got home. Arius, Antilius, Olindus, and Narsut City. I take it these are the 5 cities on the map. Okay. Let's see. What's out here that we can take apart, since we're not going to use this room yet? No cargo, or no computers, no computers, no computers. What would have computers? Oh, that has a whole bunch. Let's steal those. Is that enough to do what we need it to? Yes. I don't need the reminder to get ice. Alright, now bulletproof glass. Here's some. Window.
Inventory full.
Oh, that will give me glass. Alright, we now have 2 doors finished. Let's do 2 more. Need some motors yet. It's alright, I know where there's motors. Motors aren't going to be an issue. That one have any extra motors in it? Trying to decide if I can get motors out of these things rather than come out here. Grinders. And the grinders had motors in them. They should. This one has a few. That has a few. And that has a few. I honestly don't know if I'm going to use that grinder pit at all. But no reason to destroy it all the way yet. Ow. Alright, let's eat something. Health. See, that's it. That one. Alright, let's try to fix... Actually, we only need one of those, but we'll fix them both while we're here, since that's what we have right now. Alright, we got rid of that. So this room is not sealed in yet. Like that and that. Is that enough to seal this room up? There's a light right on top of the lights I need to see. The inset bookshelf not being finished counts as a leak. It can't leak now. Oh, we got another not welded block. Okay. This room now is locked, airlocked. So what do we got out here? We got a hydrogen engine, which we're not going to be using, at least not for now. May as well take it all the way down. There we go. And a set of lockers that... What's on the other side of that? Survival kit. Okay, so let's do that and that. Get rid of this for now. I'll always put new set of stairs up. Dun 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 dun.
Fuel low.
I don't have an H2O2
Fuel
yet.
critical.
Well, that's just wonderful. Let's grab a vent. Like that. Yeah, like that. Now we'll tell
Energy
it
low.
to depressurize. Now it will suck air in, which will then pressurize up, come down here, and this room should now it's not airtight because the survival kit's not airtight, isn't? G P L A. No, I want. What's panel? Yeah, that's what I want. Steel panel. There we go. Now this room should be. Yes. Warm and high oxygen. Which means now this room will keep us alive easier. The next step needs to be procuring food. Algae is going to be the easiest thing to get. So let's work on getting a... Oh! Crap. It just told me fuel critical and I still tried to do it. Look, fake solar panels. That's kind of cool. I can put up real solar panels. I don't know what the action relay is set up to do, so. Actually, that's not true. I bet I know what it can do. Because they said something about your hovercraft being set up to broadcast on channel 7. And it was on your hotbars. What happens if I hit 9? Enter Treketh. Welcome home.
Fuel critical.
That's what it says. It's welcome home. Alright. H2O2 and ice. Oh, we were getting food first. That's what we were. How am I going to get that without ice? Is there ice anywhere on this base? Ice. There is not ice anywhere on this base. Okie dokie. That would have made life too easy. Now I regret having turned off my long-range scanners. Ooh. Open projects. Okay, we already read that one. Important locations. Arius. Your superior. Tallest living unit. Top level. Your own old quarters. Living unit above the healing station next to the bridge. Wonder what. So this is telling you there's stuff here. Okay. Well, we're not ready for seeds. Good news is we have plenty of food here. Bad news is we have plenty of food there. Inset bed, inset bookshelf, inset entertainment center. What's in here? Nothing we really want. Another kitchen, couch, proficient grinder, an eating area, and a bathroom. So this was the living quarters. Ooh, what's that say up there? I cannot read it. Custom data. It's not there. Edit text? Ah, here. What's it say? You have applied to be elevated. Pretty sure this is the one we read already. Alright, this is the one that... Oh, here. No, this very bottom one here. Once the workshop is operational, proceed with the repair of the AIC Venetia acquired by us. The docking location is documented in the workshop records. Proceed to the settlement of Arius to obtain further information on dismantling orders from Alice Louis Pilatus so that you can obtain sufficient materials for the repair of the Valentia. After the repair, transfer the Valentia through the folding gate to the core system, where you will deliver the ship at the Phineas space dock and receive your appointment as Immunus. Okay. So up here is just living quarters. What does this one say? Edit text. 4 Novellis 1370. Today, via house message, we received confirmation of what Laurellis had already heard as a rumor during the last visit to the beneficence reception. House Trask will have to significantly reduce its presence in the Narsut system on orders of High House Ripiet. We'll have a handful of people here on planet by the end of the year, but otherwise, that's it. Rhea and Laurellis are completely devastated. They hoped we could continue working and living together here for many years. Instead, it seems we'll be joining the second wave of colonists for the new system, Ecolosis. Today we completed the last dismantling assignment, a series of old accommodations near Narsut. It took us hours to return through the sandstorm with the debris. Laurellis took the opportunity to bid farewell to the monks at Refugium. It was on the way anyway. Time flies. There are still 3 cycles until our transporter lifts off from the spaceport. Then it's vacation on the core world for 5 weeks. And then colonization training for 5 months of flight with 3 transports until we arrive on the colonization ship where we will live. The Metis said that it could take up to a year for our accommodations to be ready on the planet. I've seen pictures of Ecolosis. It seems a beautiful planet. That comforts me. 520. We've dismantled the main machines, reset the computers, the vehicles are in storage mode. Now it's time to say goodbye. It's been 9 years that we've spent here. I will miss this heavy, hot, sandy place. Interesting. Alright. So what do we have hiding where? It's a small cargo container, the industrial assembler, a gate. It's behind this catwalk. Cargo container. Cargo container, air vent. Oop, I fell. Alright, I don't know if we have any ice anywhere, but I'm going to build an H2O2. Do that. Then we will do this look like when I do this. I need motors, computers, all kinds of stuff. I've already read that one. Okay, motors. stairs and glass. Here's glass.
Inventory full.
Now we just need motors. How many motors? 4. Can I get it out of one of these? Yeah. Alright. Of course not. It's upside down. I don't want it to be upside down. I want it to be right side up. Because they look cool. Which means it needs to come up right here. Through the broadcast.
Inventory full.
So we do that. I want a place. Seriously, I want a place. It's that catwalk's in the way. There we go. Now the little bubbles are going the correct direction. Obviously that's not going to work there anymore. In fact, these stairs aren't going to work anymore either. Da, 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 da.
Inventory full.
Don't know where I'm getting ice. Okay. Ore detector. Turn you all the way up to max range. Not that 50 meters is much range. There is no ice within 50 meters. Did we see any... Wait, did I just see some? Some discoloration right there on the side of that mountain. Should we go take a peek at it while we're thinking about it? See if this is ice. Well, if it's an ore deposit. Whoa! I'm not getting anything to pop up. That looks like ore deposit. Whoa! Slow down there. Look, all we want is some ice. Is the ore detector on? No, that's why. Well, up there, gold. Well, that's not needed. iron. That could be really useful, but we're not going to dig iron. More gold. Yeah, gold and iron don't help us. I mean, iron would if we were going to play that way, but we're not going to play that way, so. More gold. Looked like. Yeah, more gold. So it's silicon. I just need ice. Ooh, look at that big thing. Is that my ship I'm supposed to be repairing? Okie doke. This is my ship to repair. Looks like a pretty big ship. Where are those? Cargo containers. They're just sitting there. Any chance either of those have ice?
Fuel critical.
No. And no. Well, in that case, you're both coming with me. There's something right there. Please be ice. No. More gold, of all things. More iron. More iron. I very briefly saw something pop up. Gold. It's always gold and just not finding ice. Like something's smoking right there. Is it something smoking? is that just the train being weird color? Just a weird coloration of the train. Are you my ice? Cobalt. So if you're gonna mine it, there's a big one. What do we got here? Gold. Iron. What's in my unknown signal? Well, I guess nothing I needed. Jesus, get going quick in it. Does not want to stop once it gets going quick, though. More gold. Give me ice. Iron. I can't find any ice soon. I may end up having to go no jetpack for a long time. I don't like that. Silver. Alright, so that is gold, iron, silicon, and silver that we've located. Ores that we won't be mining. Now we just need ice. I wonder if this is was based on Pertam. If so, I would know what to look for. If he didn't change the spawns too much. Well, I don't remember so much gold being on Pertam. Ooh. That was unintentional. Cobalt. Again. Let's see. I see green. If this is based on Pertam, green means ice. If it's not based off Pertam, this means nothing. It is based on Pertam. Alright.
Fuel critical.
Definitely based on Pertam. Definitely based on Pertam. Now,
Inventory.
it did say a no mining scenario. However, ice is different because you can't make anything with ice. So real, I mean, not in the manufacturing way you can with other ores. You can't just salvage ice off of
Inventory full.
your, you know what I mean? So it's something that has to be gotten this way. Put a battery right over the access port. Dang it.
Fuel
Which means the
critical.
only real way to access this is from below.
Inventory full.
Enter /GPS ice. That's important. Do not want to forget where the ice is.
Inventory full.
I think we'll rebuild this ship. I'll try to stick with the original shape, but its cargo system is not connected up even all the way through.
Inventory full. Inventory full. Inventory full. Inventory full. Inventory full.
Alright. We're just loading this thing down with ice.
Inventory full.
Another thing we're going to do is give it better and more balanced thrust.
Inventory full.
I can't believe we spent all that time on Pertam and now we're on a different planet based on Pertam. Yay! At least it is, you know, custom done thing, so it's not pure Purtam. But you know. Ooh, sorry, I missed you, Mikhail. Green grass, very dark ground should have ice. Yeah, this isn't actually Purtam. It's a custom scenario called Narsut, by, oh, what's the modder's name? Sarekh. So it's not actually Purtam, though it does have. It definitely is based off of Purtam. And it is a hover thruster part of this mod, or part of this scenario. Which is
Inventory full.
a fairly unique thing. I have not seen a hover thruster work this well before, so you know, that's pretty good too. Pretty cool too. Alright, we are full.
Inventory full.
Go from here. Alright. Home is over there. Yeah, if I would have known off the bat it was based so strongly on Purtam, I would have known exactly what to look for ice. But since Narsut is a custom planet, I didn't know how close he stepped to Purtam's mapping. The irony of that is, we just finished the series that we just finished on Tuesday was a circumnavigating Purtam using a large rover. Actually, I don't need to watch for plants. The station had all the seeds in it upstairs, so all I have to do is get to the point where I can build the stuff I need to have a greenhouse. I have enough food to get by for a while, so I'm not in a huge hurry to do that, though having found all those seeds was definitely encouraging. I need it to float so I can get to the thing on the bottom.
Fuel critical.
Yes, fuel critical. I will take care of that in just a minute. There's ice and H2O2. Yeah, I'll show you where the seeds are as soon as I can fly, because I took out the stairs. There. Now I take the take a full load of ice while I'm going back too. There we go. Okay. And as for needing the plants, here are all of my seeds. Mushrooms. Here, just do. Can't just pull out. There's the mushroom spores, vegetable seeds. I don't see fruit seeds in here, but there's vegetable and spore. or vegetables and mushrooms. Do I have the other seeds? I do not have the other seeds. I only have the 2, so I guess I do need to watch for fruit and wheat as I travel. Alright, we will do that. Not in a huge hurry to worry about, like I said. Let's see. So we have our hydrogen tank. We have a huge hydrogen tank there, but I don't want to hook it up yet. Oh, this is where the original H2O2 was, right here.
Inventory full. Inventory
Next to a
full.
completely unnecessary oxygen tank. Plant has oxygen. I just needed to concentrate it. That's the right word.
Inventory full.
Okay. A large hydrogen tank is not necessary at this moment. It's an interesting method of blocking it up the way he did. Gotta say that's a nice way to make it look not like it's floating there. I'll have to remember that. I have seen some wheat while you were out looking for ice. Oh. Alright, well, at least I didn't I won't have to look too awful hard for it then. There's an industrial assembler. Now the question is, do I want to keep the facility looking like it does, or do I want to redo it and make it look the way I want it to look? Because it's got things hidden in weird places. Like we have a cargo container there. There's an oxygen tank there. Another cargo here. Air vent there. Basic refinery. It's just, things are arranged a little weird for me. So I think I'm going to redo the garage area here to a setup that makes more sense to me and move all of the manufacturing back here. That makes more sense to me. You know, but it's also fun to try to stick with, since this is a scenario, it's also kind of fun to try to stick with the designs and such of the scenario and kind of role play it. Which is what I'm trying to think, is how to do it while still trying to stay true to what's already here and, you know, give it just a nice little role play fun factor. Now, which assembler I use, and we'll run into issues with that doing it that way. If we go up this direction, then. Didn't know that was there. Just pop the assembler here. Yeah, we'll do that. That's what we're going to do.
Inventory full.
There we go. And that will let me put my the good looking assembler right here. It is going to knock a piece of that out, but it'll be alright. Seriously, why did I do that? I need computers, and a lot of them. Where am I going to get that many computers from? A cargo container there. I'm going to get some power going here in a minute, too. Of course, there's no computers there. No computers there. Couple of computers here. Is there anything in the locker? Clear it out. Not that that's a lot of computers, but it was a couple. It is a couple. Where am I going to get 180 computers? Scrap metal. There's not going to be 180 computers in this whole machine. Apparently there's no wind, because... Oh no, there's the wind turbine just doesn't got any power. Okay. Or isn't welded. That will give us power. Why don't we just get that going then? Alright, there we have a power source now. Now we're not just purely on batteries. That's 10. Don't want to take out the antenna. Do I have... What raw resources are on my ship? We're not going to use stone. The idea was a zero mining, it says, so zero mining we will do. Nope. Ooh, salvaging these computers might be hard. Well, they're motors. What else would have computers in it? Let's see, did I see any computers? That has what? It's only 2 computers. Ooh, wait, what's this? Okay, we already got these, so we can use that. We
Inventory
can take
full.
that. Not that those are going to get us get to 180, but they're a good start. Do we have any computers down? The door has a couple. Once I can get the assembler up and running, I can repurpose things to make them do what I need them to. There are no LCDs in here. Not what's all in here. Is there anything with computers in it? There's a few computers in the
Energy
connector.
low.
Energy low. If I salvage out that little thing there. Wait, I know where there might be some computers just sitting. There might be some. There's some computers up here for sure. They're just sitting. They're sitting in that. I saw a forklift up here when we were up here. And it's really easy to see right now because it's got spinny lights. Now, the spinny lights definitely have to go away. Spaceballs? What do spaceballs do? They have grab components in them too. I don't know what they do,
Inventory full.
but I am taking these components with me.
Inventory full.
Such a small block, they really have A lot of components. I did not get enough ice out of this thing. Alright, what is making you hover? That's not what I wanted. BAT. Okay, so apparently it's got reactors. It does. Alright, well, I just turned off batteries. I just turned off reactors. Turn off all the thrusters. Turn off the hover grid. Oh, I know what's causing the problem now. I bet these are zero friction tires, I'll bet. I bet that's my problem. Zero friction tires. Well, at least it'll be easier to salvage it if it's going to my station. Unfortunately, it's going there at a high speed. Whoa! Great! It hit my station so hard it exploded. And now I hit the station so hard I exploded. Well, that was real good.
Health low.
Oh, that was real good. Just vent the whole room, Scott. Thanks for that. LOL, boom. Alright. Yes, I'll just salvage it completely now.
Inventory full. Inventory full.
$63 computers. What on here? Of course. The cockpit with 20 computers in it exploded. The main thing I needed off this.
Inventory full. Inventory full.
Connector on the ground would help if the cargo network on this ship were connected. But the medium cargo container runs vertical, and everything else runs horizontal or through small ports only. So, again, until I rebuild this ship, that's not a going to help much situation. Do I have any other computers in here? Yes, there's 16 more in the cargo container, so lift you up. There we go, 16 more. Haha! Now I'll just scrap this thing to smithereens. So I done wrecked it real good.
Inventory full. Inventory full.
What is it trying to assemble? It shouldn't have anything to do.
Inventory full.
Yeah, like I said, I'm going to end up rebuilding that entire shuttle just because the cargo network is so poorly arranged. I just haven't got that far yet. I was trying to get the assembler online so I would have the ability to do that easier anyway also. And since I'm not planning on doing any true mining, only scrapping, I only need a small small refinery to be able to melt scrap metal from salvage operations. So that will be helpful too. The other thing I'd like to, the other reason I haven't rearranged the hovercraft yet is because I want to get the garage the way we want the garage to look. So that we can have the connector in the garage. So when we get back, we just kind of slide up into the garage and go from there. Alright, other than the giant hole in the ground, it's like it was never here. You see how I have to see it there? I mean, it just only way to get to it. No stone, please. Not part of this. That's not the way we're gonna play. Since we are planning on rearranging it, we'll stick the uranium out while we're at it. I don't have any refineries on the station, so that's not going to be an issue. Or reactors, I meant. Not refineries, reactors. Okay. We got our assembler online. We have a safe area. We need to consider doing our food next before we run out of food. Apparently, I just like to run into the back of my own ship. All right. Dump the Get rid of a bunch of that. Okay. And I need the H2. No, I don't want to worry about falling for a while. I do believe I've brought back enough ice. I'm not going to have any issues with ice for a little bit anyway. Unless I decide to start trying to do hydrogen power, but I don't see a need for hydrogen power. Especially since the solar tracking array is virtually necessary for algae anymore. And it does not take that much algae to feed a single person. Okay, we got this assembler up. Let's see here. I imagine my connector will be here-ish when I get done here.
Inventory full. Inventory full.
Oh, rocks. Didn't want the rocks. That's what I get for not paying attention.
Energy low.
clearly you play Space Engineers from the amount of knowledge you're displaying. How long have you played Space Engineers, and do you have a favorite scenario? Or do you just play it vanilla, or just for the creative side? And see, this hovercraft's too big for this gate even. So I'll have to build a bigger gate.
Inventory full.
I hate heavy armor. Absolutely hate heavy armor. Unless I'm playing a scrapyard scenario, then you like it. Because it has grids.
Inventory full. Inventory full.
Alright, dump you in there. Well, that's why you shouldn't have. It's apparently a very good thing I didn't drive that. Holy cow. Those came apart with some force. Apparently there were some phantom forces going on that particular forklift. Not that one. Knock all that out. Okay, so you do a lot of the high-end, heavy-duty modded MES mods. I find combat in this game, and most others actually, to be very challenging with my eyesight issues.
Inventory full.
Doesn't stop me from doing a little bit now and then in here. And this scenario is supposed to have a few bad guys in it for you to fight from time. Also, I don't know where, but I did read that when I was reading the description of the scenario before I downloaded it. Probably don't need to just cut all those out, but I did anyway. I am not laying heavy armor blocks down. I don't care. You know what? Let's just go with a white, actually. So that looks like what is here. So white floor. Apparently I went more gray than white. Sorry, I'm going to use the airtight hanger doors from the sides, I think, rather than the gate that he used. There we go. Let's pull out this assembler since I have my own. Forgot I could put it in right there.
Inventory full.
Yeah, I've dealt with orcs and the reavers a couple of times. Like I said, they're not my particular cup of tea, but they are well made and well maintained. I believe that one's oh, the guy who retired, Lucas, is the one who originally made it, and I believe TFE is the one who controls it and maintains it now. The final event, 97. It is probably sad that I know that off the top of my head.
Inventory full.
Alright. Now. Take those out like that. I'll run into my own vehicle again. It is all the way right up here against this stuff.
Inventory full.
Really? Try to keep the bones of the building, just gut the inside of it.
Inventory full.
You know what? Right here would be a good spot for that. apparently I can't type. Put the basic refinery, which I already had on my bar, right here. Switch you back to the yellow. Like that. And it will be able to process out that scrap and any scrap we come across. I might add all scrap to this playthrough. That would add a level of scrapping to the scrapping
Energy critical.
design of this map. What do you think? Do you think running all scrap on this scenario with what we've seen of it so far would be a good idea or a bad idea, Michael? But you also, Scott. What do you think? Michael says that would be a good idea, and Scott says all scrap will definitely add to the challenge. Yeah, I might. That might be something we seriously consider doing then. I only have an hour left today, or I'd go ahead and do it. Because then everything I'm grinding here would come with its own kind of scrap, and it would all end up having to be. But man, you're gonna have to scrap a whole lot of stuff to be able to make a profit that way. I don't know. Yeah, it probably will. It will extend the playthrough if nothing else. And for that reason alone, it might be worth doing.
Inventory full.
I've talked myself out of it and back into it twice now. Yeah, this is a great idea. Okay. Now, we want it to be... It had the gate right here. So we will put the gates starting right here.
Full.
Oh, it's heavy armor. You'll start the gate right here.
Inventory full.
And spend the next 3 weeks grinding out heavy armor.
Inventory full.
I'm only being slightly facetious.
Inventory full. Inventory full.
Not 1,000% sure the airtight hangar doors are actually airtight on their bottom. Or not. Kinda should be, shouldn't they?
Inventory full.
Home. Here it goes. Ooh, windowed hangar doors. I don't think I've noticed those before. Well, we are definitely using that. That looks like it should be airtight. If we were using wheeled vehicles, this would be a much more dangerous idea because you don't want to drive over these very often. It tends to end badly. But since these vehicles are hovercrafts, you just float right over the slightly rough spot. You want these to come down if you were using rovers. Alright. I'm planning on, once we get the connector figured out back here, I'm planning on also putting a cargo access point in the back here as well. So I won't have to run back and forth, back and forth. But I also see that the 3-level high is going to still be running into issues with it being a close call. So what that means is that layer has to go away.
Inventory full.
Totally unnecessary oxygen tank.
Inventory full. Inventory full.
That. Okay, so the new tanks need doors need to go here on this level, which will have a negative impact there because those are half blocks, and I need whole
Inventory
blocks.
full. Energy low.
Heavy block. Everything's heavy blocks here. So let's grab this. Let's steal that wood and paint. Kind of go like that.
Inventory full. Inventory full. Inventory full.
Why didn't those pick up the... Do I not have the wooden paint? Is that the issue? Require style pack. I don't have that style pack. Okay. Well, under that situation, let's do a different paint job. Let's do the blue. It's so weird. It's showing the... It's showing it, but it's not painting it.
Inventory full. Inventory full. Inventory critical. Inventory full. Inventory full.
Alright, go get some energy. The box in the top right of the color section is checked. Use color to repaint. What does checking it off do? Does checking it off allow the skins to work? Yeah, I don't own that skin, that's why. Why is it not doing what I want it to? There, that's what I was trying to get it to do. Alright, so now back to the light blue. Now what with the colors of light blue and
Inventory full.
yellow, because that was the colors of the house task
Inventory full.
emblem in the faction screen. It's also the colors that this was painted with originally as well. So, like I said, trying to roleplay it as close to the design of the original as the author's design as possible without, you know, doing stuff that I don't want to do. Change that back to the yellow to make sure it matches. And then starting here, rotate it over. Why won't you place it there? Does something have to be under it? Nothing. One of those. And then across this way. Kind of give it the same shape it had before. We'll have to do some fun stuff to get the way it should look over here when all's said and done. But that gets us close, I think. Of course, now I need steel plate. Now, number 9. And switch it back to the yellow, because we want the doors in yellow. Never let it be said that I don't use bright colors. Oh, I wish there was access to cargo from the top. Guess I don't have to do this from the top, do I? I can be working on the inside. Low health. And apparently something's going on my computer isn't liking, because it's doing the adaptive thing where it's not showing everything in the high definition. And I don't know why. We'll turn that off just because it's frustrating me. Enable ambient occlusion. Nope, it's not on in here. Is that a game setting? It must be something that can only be done at the start screen. Alright, well, I'm changing everything else. I'll change that. And I don't know how you feel about these new storms, but I don't like them. It'd be different if, you know, if you're in a hole, if you're behind a wall or something, you can't get hit by the debris, but unless you're in a completely sealed room, you can still get whacked. And that just doesn't make a dang bit of sense. I know it's one of the janks about this game that you just have to accept because it can't be perfect, but oh, it drives me absolutely nuts. Matter of fact, the thing that drives me most nuts about the games, about the Apex update, is simply that they call the algae farms, and the food that you get out of the algae farms, kelp. Because kelp and algae are not the same thing. They're not even the same family. Kelp is a seaweed, a kind of grass. Am I out of steel plates? Apparently, yeah. Those doors ate up all the steel plates that I have been extracting off of stuff so far. That's alright. As we remove some of the heavy concrete and replace it with light concrete, that will, or heavy armor and replace it with light armor, that will change as well. Why is these all panels? Oh, because they were... I know why. Because of all that stuff. Okay, we're back to just seeing light armor. There's light armor panels again. We'll leave the battery there.
Inventory full.
Let's go back to the gray.
Energy low. Inventory full.
Like that. Alright, we know there's a bunch of heavy armor blocks here on the ground.
Inventory full.
We do not need heavy armor blocks on the ground.
Energy critical.
Yep, kelp is a type of seaweed. You're absolutely right.
Inventory.
And algae is a bunch of microscopic creatures, or is a bunch of microscopic plants.
Inventory full.
The two have nothing to do with each other, and yet, when you turn algae from your algae farm into kelp crispies,
No energy.
and that drives me absolutely batty. I don't know why,
Low health.
but it does every time. Every time I see it, it cracks me. It's like, ah! Complain about it constantly. Well, now I tried to kill myself by suffocation. Back to work. Why can I grind so little at a time right now? What is in my inventory? Oh, I see. We don't need any of that. How's our food doing? Our food's good. Alright for now.
Inventory full.
Alright. Now, let's go with this one again. This time we're doing it on the side.
Inventory full. Inventory full.
Oh, playing with such low inventory levels is frustrating. Makes you consider grid welders. Okay, yeah, that's still there, so won't drop it. Okay. Now we don't want it to stick out the full length or width, do we? Do we make both sides match, or do we match the smaller area there? I think we make it match. I think we do want it to stick out even. And then we will... change how that looks later. There we go. There we go. That gives us a very heavy-duty garage door kind of look, don't it? And I'll copy this LCD, and I'll put that LCD right here in the middle of the door hanging down, just like this. In fact, let's do that right now. Grab it with block picker. Flip it around. Let's go stand up instead of hang down. Because it wants to be put... Can I hang it that way? It won't go there, so it's going to have to go... Wait, no, it won't place anywhere because I don't have construction components. It doesn't know where it can go. Alright, let's try that again. Alright, where can you go? Wait, what? You say I don't have construction components at all? Alright, now where will you let me put you? Yeah, it's going up. I can put it right there. How's this one set up? Because I want to do the exact same thing. This will be one of those that I just passed. I don't see which one. Select the textures. Is it under here? Oh, it's under here. Isn't that the old way to do it? We'll see. Content, text and images, font. Monospace, edit text, control paste. Okay. I didn't get anything. Yeah. I didn't think that'd be the way to do it. Let's try it the way that makes sense to me. House of Sarekh. Is that the right one? No. Recording? Font size. Just turn this off entirely. Yeah, we just want this going entirely. Like that. Okay. There we go. Now we can see what we're looking at. Alright, House of... I wish I could see the right name for the house I'm in. No. Nope. No, it's the close. It's so far as closest. It was Silm. Nevis. Nope. Nope. Number one. Okay, well that one I know is... Okay, apparently that one doesn't have anything. Nope. Healthcare services, beginnings, refugerium, recruitment, signs, civilian terminals, keyboard screen,
Energy low.
Imperial sigil? No. Imperial flag? It showed it for a second. So, medical, painting. Neighbor, fighting, planetary, tactical turret system, navigation, database
Fuel
stats,
low.
Aether, sign, house. Thud.
Fuel critical.
Yeah. Fuel critical. Lots of fuel, and leave me alone. Medical, newsfeed, terminal. Trethk. This is the house we are. Why can't I find... No, because we're up in the regular stuff now. Why can't I get what I want? That is... I just want this symbol
Energy
right here.
critical.
Why can't I get this? I'm half tempted. Oh, I don't even know how I would get it to copy across. Dang it. The question of would, I don't think it will, but I'll try. Select all, copy, close. Select all, paste, close. Yeah, I didn't think it would. Because the trick is in this. I know it is, the way he's done it over here. I just don't know what... I just can't... There's just no text actually showing up. And copying it is not... Wait, maybe that worked. Maybe I just didn't go far enough over. Control. Copy. That's what I need to do. Text. Control. Paste. Okay. It's a debug. Instead of debug, we come down to monospace. And nothing shows up. Well, if we do that. Background is black, foreground is cut white on that one. Same on this one. Nope, not gonna work. Alright, fine. So, we are part of house. The overhouse we're in is this one. So we'll just do that. Edit text. Since I cannot make this text work for nothing, we'll just close it. And if that was a better picture, it would really make sense. Ah, that's better. We'll just do that on both of them and make it look right. Since I cannot make this text look right. There we go. There. Our greater house's name. And like that, we have a front door. I will probably want to put that broadcast controller in that I took out. Or not broadcast controller, event control. Not, what is it called? It's not event, it's a...
Inventory full.
Action relays. That's what I want to do. I want to put in some action relays. And timer blocks. So I put in a timer block and a action relay.
Inventory
I can make all of those doors open simultaneously while driving my ship. I'm driving my hovercraft there.
Inventory full.
Which will allow me to just kind of slide up nice and smooth.
Inventory full.
Of course, I'm going to have to smooth out that front step before I do that anyway. Because as it is too steep and too close. We learned all about building ramps in Space Engineers playing Escape from Mars. I have never built a ramp that long before. Sorry, Escape from Mars, not Escape to Mars. I said that backwards.
Full. Inventory full.
All those grids.
Inventory full.
All those grids. tear all those grids apart
Inventory
so that I have the iron and cobalt. Production, disassemble, I don't know, 200 of them. There.
Inventory.
And this grinder pit is placed so close to the building, it's not going to be functional. It's even less functional now that I redid the door. But I don't see how it could have been functional as is. Anything of size
Energy
won't
low.
fit. I mean, the little car thing they gave you right here at the base is almost too big to fit to the grinder pit. The little thing right over here. So even this is too big to fit to that grinder pit. So, yeah, it's just too small of a grinder pit. There we go. And we close across here. Goes across there. There. And then we eradicate that block. That should let us have a nice solid ceiling.
Energy critical.
Again? Yeah, sensor set at a distance for the gate is one way to do it, but a broadcast controller lets you just hit a button and like a remote control for your garage door at home. And then, the timer block can access every single one of those at a time. I mean, you're going to need the timer block sensor with either one, because a sensor can't operate all of the doors at once either. Oh, I actually wanted to leave that one more over, huh? I actually don't need that door.
Inventory full. Inventory full.
Really? I went with the... I gotta go outside to do this faster, so I can see what I'm doing. Let's go change that whole top. 1, 2.
Inventory full.
Actually, I think I'll leave the top the way it is.
Inventory full.
Switch back to the blue. Switch back to the gray.
Inventory full. Inventory full. Inventory full.
Now I'll just hang over a little bit over there. And I'll just fall on the ground. We'll just leave that where it is. Just take this straight down the side.
Inventory full.
Like that.
Inventory full.
There we go.
Inventory full.
Of course it is. I'm trying to do things. My inventory is always full when I'm trying to do things. We'll get rid of that light because I don't want that light there. About to run out of hydrogen. There we go. Alright, so now no, that's unnecessary. What's that? An unset light. We can get rid of that. Oh, I hate when those things explode. And like that. Okay, so that takes care of the front, kinda. Or the front and sides now.
Inventory
I do not like the
full.
way those look.
Inventory full.
The pipeworks can look really sharp, but they'll have to be going the same way for that to
Inventory
happen.
full.
Zigzagging is not the right way to do that. And I will probably decorate in here later. Who am I kidding? I will definitely decorate in here. Okay, so now we have our gates. Unfortunately, they're only 4 wide now, not 5. Dang it. Which means now our thing is not centered over the top of our gate. What was the best thing is it was centered. Oh, I know what to do. I know what to do. Since I can't do it centered the way I want to. Where is it? There it is. We'll just put one on each end. And if there's one on each side, now it'll be balanced. It'll look good. Content, text and images, house, ripe. There we go. Text and images, scroll to the bottom. House ripe. Where's house ripe go? There it is. And keep aspect ratio. There we go. Now it's starting to look like something. Matter of fact, if we go like this, get rid of that one.
Inventory full.
Keep in mind, I should be working on something else entirely right now, but instead I'm doing this. I should be making sure I don't starve to death. But you know, decorating is, greebling is a full-time occupation in space engineers. There we go. Put a nice floodlight coming down in front of that. It'll look awesome. And then we'll bring this out further and give it a slighter angle. Tired of walking into that hole. Alright, so now the back of the place. Let's see something. Now that it's uneven, this is the area I have to mount uneven. Will be designed so that it can mount. I guess when we redesign it, we can do that. Anyway, what I was going to check is if I raise the... Can I raise it so it's pretty much even? I can, okay. So, make the back wall solid. Oh, there. I want... Actually, I think we'll do that. Flip you like that. Come across. And then do that and that. And then here in the middle, let's go G, a pair of connectors. I've never done what I'm in the process of doing, but I have an idea. And if it works out, it'll be kind of cool. My thought part here is, since this thing's going to have to be lined up on two anyway, since it's it's oriented evenly here, the building's oriented evenly. If I build this so that the one side only will add, say, ammo, and the other side will pull everything out of it when we come back, I can use it as a nice salvage vehicle, and it will automatically empty it every time I redock it and load it up with new ammo. That's my thoughts on how I'm going to lay that up. My brain will think. Seriously, brain. Oh, that's what I was doing. And we're out of steel plate again. And we'll do that top area in a minute. But this area here is going to get redone, so get rid of this and this and that.
Inventory full. Inventory full.
You know what? Control G. Not that one, that one. What is blocking it here? Oh, the glasses.
Inventory full. Inventory full.
There we go. Now, let's hook up the conveyors. Do I have time? I need to get off of here. Yep, there's my alarm. You've been playing where you use. You've been playing where you use a ship you call scavenger to attack bases and only use what I get to build. That's pretty much what this scenario is supposed to be as well. That's why I am doing a zero mining thing. Oop, I did this one going the wrong way. I want one going in and one going out. One coming out only. Alright, this one only allows ammo. And does not push. This one does not pull ammo, and it drains everything out. So whatever's connected, this side will give it ammo, this side will pull everything else that's not ammo out.
Health low.
And unfortunately, that is where we're going to have to stop for the day. We haven't quite gotten the... well, that's not what I was trying to look at. Entity list. Yes. Alarm clock, I hear you. There we go. We haven't quite gotten the scrapper base up and going, but we're getting close. We'll slide us back to about here and take us a picture. Oop, forgot to turn my head off. There we go. Until next time, I'm the Blind Gamer Guy. Join me Tuesdays and Thursdays from 12:30 to 3:30 here on YouTube, or from 10 to noon over on Twitch. Join me for more Space Engineers Chaos. Till next time, have a good weekend.